A Daughter of Tappet in full to Curlin was the complete package Friday at the Keeneland November sale, and the market responded in kind as Book 2 drew to a close. Tension, a 5-year-old mare out of Grade 1 winner Tough Tiz's Sis, made quite the impression at Hillendale's consignment, leading up to the second session of Book 2.
Yeah, Book 2 was a great place for her to stand out. She's unraced. We had some mares up earlier that were, group winners. We thought she'd stand out in the sale. She exceeded expectations, but everything this week, everything here forward, the perfect, the best, when everything works, you get extra. So that's a market reality, and she was certainly a mare on everybody's list.
Woodford Thoroughbreds signed the $750,000 ticket for the marbled gray, carrying her first foal, and Matt Lyons said he hopes the mare's value will only increase from here.
Well, Tappet's such an important sire, and there's no reason he can't be a real special broodmare sire too. She was, one of the best physicals in the whole sale, just beautiful, in full to Curlin, who's such a great sire, and if she can reproduce herself, then we should have a lot of fun selling babies out of her, and hopefully her, in a few years from now, 750 looks cheap. Because if that's the kind of mare, if she produces a stake horse or a grade stake horse, her value could be anything, really. So, lovely family and just a really special looking mare.
The leading weanling of the session was Hip 984, a $575,000 American Pharaoh colt out of the stakes-winning Harlan's Holiday mare Jay-Z Warrior. Consigned by Eaton Sales, he was purchased by Scott and Evan Dilworth on behalf of a pin-hooking partnership. Dilworth and partners have successfully turned horses around at multiple sales, including Group 2 winner Acapulco and a $1.1 million Warfront pinhook, sold this September, acquired at this sale last year for $560,000.
He's a very, very nice colt. First year for American Pharaoh, and we decided to take a shot and basically have the same group that we had last year when we had some success with the Warfront and that we had in September, and blessed to be able to buy another good horse.
Eaton Sales' Riley McDonald was in the thick of the action with the only 2 American Pharaohs in Friday's catalog, as he sold Hip 984 and bought Hip 1033 as a pinhook for Chestnut Valley from Paramount.
They're getting more and more expensive because people are seeing what this horse is throwing. So we knew he'd bring 400 plus, but you never know what the plus is on a top horse. And there would have been some premium if it had just been a plain old average American Pharaohs walking through here, but there's not an average one in the bunch. They have their daddy's shoulder, their daddy's length, his scope, and apparently from the little I've seen in my barn, and then from what I've heard talking with friends, they've got his temperament.
Before the day's top prices sold, 2 $425,000 mares held the spotlight. The first, Hip 804, was Ayers, a 3-year-old Harlan's Holiday filly sold in full to Union Rags, from breeder Helen Alexander to Spendthrift. Michael Hernon of Gainesway said the mare marked a rare opportunity.
Nice young mare, in full, carrying a colt by Harlan's Holiday, and the real big ticket item here and the significance is you get into this Middlebrook Helen Alexander King Ranch family. It's exceptional, it endures, and very nice mare. Spendthrift obviously liked the family. They stepped up and made the bid, and they got the mare, and they've got something going forward. Fillies out of this family, clearly will hold residual value, and I think she was well bought.
The second big mare was Hip 975, a 5-year-old stakes-placed daughter of Bernardini named Indian Brava. Sold in full to Run Happy by Burleson Farms, she was purchased by Columbine Stable. Another first crop sire whose youngsters sold well was Gainesway's Caraconte, represented by Hip 805, a $130,000 colt purchased by Kronstad Farms, and Hip 1140, a $250,000 colt acquired by Flaxman Holdings.
Flaxman raced Caraconte. He was the winner of the French 2000 Guineas, a very significant sire-producing race, and he made the winning bid at $250,000, and Caraconte is on his way. He has the ability, he had the speed at 2, he's got the pedigree, he's got the confirmation.
Overall figures for Friday's individual session showed double-digit increases, while cumulative totals remained slightly down, and you can read those full numbers at bloodhorse.com. This concludes our video coverage of the Keeneland November sale, but of course you can download the Blood Horse Daily mobile app to get the latest news.